what is known as cloud seeding. Sit down, sit down. Cloud seeding. There are places, there are regions where where the rainfalls are not stable. And if they want it to rain, people have gotten to a point now where they've said that it's no longer entirely up to God to decide when it should rain. So what they do is to monitor the cloud formations. If the skies are going to make a mistake of just pretending like it's about to rain and it's just and it's joking, it's a joke. Because there are certain clouds that they have to soar into. They don't soar anyhow. They look for certain clouds. Clouds are supposed to take certain shape. These flat clouds, they are not for rain. But when they are upright, you know, those are the clouds for rain. But it doesn't mean it's going to rain. But they know how to soar into such a cloud that is ready to give us rain, but it's not going to rain. It's a word spoken in season. It's a seed sown in the right season. Are you following this? Are you following this? Are you following this? So what they put into the cloud is basically salt. They fly planes over those clouds and they sow salt into the cloud. Why? Because that cloud is a cluster of droplets of water. But these droplets of water, gravity has no power to bring it down. It's so little. But they need to introduce chemicals in between that would begin to gather one cloud, one drop of water, and another drop of water, so it becomes heavier. And it will start to rain not according to God's pattern. I'm telling you what has now become of this world. Whilst you are at a level of trying to declare and to pray for the rain, what they do is they fly over the cloud, and they know how to take away the stone, because it's given to mankind to manually do certain things that seem to be supernatural. You haven't exhausted the ability that God has given you mentally to deal with certain rocks that are covering your miracles. Are you following? Yes. So, we are talking of declaring things and things should happen. How do you declare things and things happen? I'm showing you practical things that you see happening scientifically. People are bringing spiritual things into their manifestation, even physical things that are almost invisible. I'm telling you now that a cloud are little droplets of water that needs to be combined. That cloud is like mysterious, it's like a spiritual thing. But for it to take form and put on flesh and come down here like Jesus came, people scientifically can manipulate atmospheres and cause the word, the mysterious, the spiritual things to put on bodily forms, and it comes down. To think that a chemical can produce that Not a word declared. A chemical. It's silver iodide and potassium iodide. And they put it into the cloud, and you see something happening that wasn't happening before. Water is coming. How do you explain that? You are seeing it becoming flesh. And it will rain. You see, recently they had floods in Dubai. Most of the cars were swept away. They had huge losses. In Dubai, it's a desert. Okay. They've been trying to find out what exactly happened, what caused the storm, the rain to fall at that magnitude. To think that, I'm not saying that's what they did. Speculation. People are even accusing them for overseeding. And they had to come out and say, no, we didn't do that. But the fact that they had to be accused. To think that it can be an accusation, that it can be something that they did to cause it to rain to that extent. I know they did not oversee, but I'm just saying, for them to even be suspected, to suspect that you caused such an amount of water to come from the skies. Now, why am I telling you all this? I'm telling you all this so that you understand that if technology has gotten to this point, if they can cause it to rain, they can also cause it not to rain. Because if those in control of economies are controlling economies by creating wars, you control economies also by creating famines. They are man-made famines, where we will have changes in our weather patterns, and it's man-made. These people, they know how to bring their word to pass. It's happening in a meeting. They sit somewhere whilst we are joking and we are playing, and they discuss, and they know how to make a follow-up of every word that is minuted, that is documented. They have a way of bringing every word to pass. So they can create famine and hunger in certain regions until you come begging for aid. Once man has power to cause it to rain, it means the same power can be used otherwise. Are you following this? So you'll notice that in the western side of Atlanta, they have been experiencing droughts there. And you know what? It's easier for them to then take over such regions. There are people with a lot of money that have gone now into buying land. And before they buy the land has to be cheap. And before the land can be cheap, you have to control the price. Land in dry areas is cheap. You must find ways of making it dry there. So there is no more any agriculture activity for years in preparation for a better price. And after you have bought that place, you know rainfall is not an issue. You know exactly why it wasn't raining. there. These are people, these are humans at another level. They don't speak and sit. Once they speak, oh, you, my brother, you speak and you go home. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Sit down. It is what you do with what you say. So imagine that somebody knows what is needed in that cloud. And he flies over it, and then he sprays chemicals into that cloud, and that tiny droplets of chemicals you will have water droplets gravitating towards that one particle, and then it becomes heavy and it's falling. Psalm 37, verse 19. They've come across that. In the days of famine,
they shall not be ashamed in the evil time.
Evil times are coming, and there are days of famine. Watch what will happen in the day of famine.
And in the days of famine, they shall be satisfied.
It's a generation of people that will get satisfied the year drought is declared. The declaration of drought, national drought, it's a declaration of satisfaction to a certain group of people. What is that? What causes some of you people to shake is what causes other people to rejoice. Because they know what to do in the time of famine. Explain to me the meaning of how is it that you will be satisfied in the